Hi, guys, and welcome back to Marantz Rants. It is late night. I did see a roundtable happen tonight. I didn't even get invited, so I'm inviting myself right now. It's past midnight, Tony. I'm sorry. I know it's past a lot of people's bedtime, but here's the roundtable that happened tonight. You have Mike, who's right above me over here. Canada, promotes AMC, loves AMC, has no idea what he's talking about investing. We got it. Good guy you should have on the show, Tony. In the middle, Noisy Korax. We already know his play. What is he? He's a certified meltdowner, hates GameStop, or he likes it. Secretly, he buys it. All the nonsense, right? This guy is just a man-child. He literally is just looking to troll the internet. Has no value. He brings nothing to the table. And then there's Tony. Far side over here. Tony thinks he knows it all. And he's going to tell it to you. And he's going to talk to you like it. The difference is Tony's going to tell you things like, hey, he has an investment or he bought in. And he never shows receipts for what he says he has. And that's okay, Tony. We know hey, Tony, 22,000 followers you have. 300 views. You're doing amazing, bro. You're doing amazing. But let's get the information correct. Let's just not measure each other up here. Let's see this right. You want to have an adult conversation about GameStop. Well, I brought my A game because I know a lot about it, and you clearly don't. But let's do it. No edits, no clips, no notes, nothing. Just me and you talking. I've done this interview before. This one's not scripted, Tony. Like all of your shit.
Here, Mike. It says, David says, who takes Wedbush serious? They downgraded GME to 13 a share when cash value alone. I'm thinking that David has not watched any of my videos. They did downgrade, but the cash value alone is not above $20, David. You're letting people lie to you, and I'm going to call these people out, all of them on Twitter, and especially the ones on YouTube who lie to you every day and tell you that cash per share matters when nobody gives a fuck.
All right, we'll stop right there. First things first, he's not being lied to, right? Oh, by the way, there's not numerous people on YouTube that talk about GameStop. There's only one. I'm the only one who actually analyzes the fundamentals, talks about it every day. You know this, Tony. You and I have been on YouTube the same amount of time, the exact same amount of time. So here's the thing, Tony. $20.35. That's GameStop's cash per share. Net cash, $10.35, $10 and some change. That's fine. Book 11. I don't care. You're telling me that GameStop's $4.6 billion net minus the debt is not enough to talk about? We're talking about a company that has shareholder equity above, what is this, $13? They're at 11. You mean to tell me I could buy GameStop for $2? Minus the cash, $2. When it's making a profit of $200 million, trailing 12, additionally $500 million coming up this year. That's what their trailing 12 is going to be. And what are you going to do when they make $1 billion next year? You're like not seeing the bigger picture? Are you not seeing the fact that they bought in $500 million on Bitcoin? That they have $9.1 billion worth of cash and securities? That they actually make a profit? All of these things take into consideration, and you don't get $13. The sum of all parts, the SOAP, is a lot higher than what you're giving it value for. We'll talk about this more. We'll talk about the premium that people are paying for it. But let's go for it. You're saying you got in at 21, right, Tony? I really watched you. 21.55. You bought at the bottom, by the way. You did great. You're Ryan Cohen the second. Hey, Tony, how much did you buy? Do you ever show your position? I'm going to say no, because I have mine everywhere. You want to go ahead and look? I think it's like 27,000 plus I put in there. How about you? But you think you're great at 21, right? Why would you buy it for, I don't know, $8 higher than what? They're at 13. Why don't you just wait? Why'd you pay $8 more? Here, we'll keep going, Tony. You're brilliant. I apologize.
About GameStop's cash per share. What matters, David? Net cash. Cash minus total debt, which is about $10 per share for GameStop. And the sooner you understand that, the sooner you understand the basics of Finance 101, which...
The basics of Finance 101. And you want to talk about how you're extremely educated on this. Let's do it. So when we look at cash and we talk about, let's just use all retail, Amazon, Costco, Walmart, the only three companies with more cash than GameStop, right? Do we go in there and say, well, hold on. They have all this cash, but we got to minus their debt. We got to minus their debt if we want to give them value for the cash they carry on hand. No, we don't. We don't do that. The cash on hand, even if you were to minus the debt at $4.6 billion cash net, is more than Best Buy, more than Target, more than Home Depot. Yes, Yes, they are carrying as much cash as Walmart, but that's not what you're saying. How in the hell do you not give GameStop any value for what they have? We'll keep talking. Don't worry.
These dunces on YouTube who cover GameStop will not tell you because they never took a finance class. When you understand that, you start understanding why an analyst might say $13. And I've done 4 ways to Sunday now and shared it in my Discord, different financial breakdowns, earnings-based analysis on GameStop, and the fair value is nowhere near $23.
Nowhere near $23. They have a PE ratio of 33 on the 4 PE. 33. What are you buying that's better than that from retail right now in this environment, this market? And we already know it's not even the end all and be all. GameStop hasn't been in business with this new leadership and the turnaround transition, the pivot, the graded PSA graded cards, all of this. They haven't been doing all of this for years, for a decade, for you to actually get a true number, a good look at it, like you would any other company that you want to compare it to. This is the pivot. This is a turnaround. It's not speculative. Like you're like, oh, wait, it might be. It's a bet on Ryan. No. It's just a matter of selling off buildings, bringing in profit, going through cycles like retail does, and you go 1 year and 1 year, every quarter's better. Tony, let me tell you something. When it comes to gross profit margin, okay? Gross profit margin, running a more efficient business from 2022 quarter 4 all the way to now. Do you understand how many basis points it's up? From 16% on gross profit margin all the way to 34.5%. You have to give value where it's headed. I don't have to give value for where the puck is. I'm Wayne Gretzky. It's where the puck is going, kid. This is how you make money in the investment world. You don't invest for things that just happen. We're not investing for the trailing 12. We're investing for the future. And the future tells me X, Y, and Z. We already beat the trailing 12. That's what this number tells you. But let's keep going with your nonsense.
So the analysts they're not incorrect. Yes, they're using traditional financial analysis, and you're using that plus speculation, which is fine. I'm in GameStop at $21.61, knowing full well that I'm paying far above fair value.
I don't understand. Why is it okay to pay far above fair value? Where do you see it going, Tony? Why are you buying in at 21 if you believe it's a $13 stock? Or are you lying to the people like you always have? I was there. I've done an interview with you when you said, we won't speak about GameStop because my viewers don't want to see it. They want to see AMC. 4 years later, what are you talking about?
I'm okay with some speculative premium because $9 billion in cash is not worth anything to the valuation of GameStop, but it is potential to transform. It is potential to generate news, which could generate momentum. And that is all it is. It is useless sitting there earning 4%. Correct. You have any extra thoughts?
Okay. So that's not true either. That's not true either. To say it's useless sitting there for 4%. Let me ask you something. Are you giving a discount to Warren Buffett for selling off $350 billion worth of securities and sitting on cash? You're not allowed to do it in your bubble. You're not allowed to downplay what GameStop is doing and not doing. When you measure what leadership teams do, remember to give them value for what they don't do. They're not a cash burn company. They have zero cash burn. Their free cash flow is over 25%. When you start doing those multiples, a free cash flow times what multiple, tell me what your value is. Tell me it's $13, I'll walk out of here. They have a free cash flow of over $300 million last quarter. The previous quarter before that, over $100 million. Tell me what it's worth, Tony. If it's worth $400 million in 2 quarters, what's it worth to you? How about next quarter when it's another $200 million? And it's another $100 million and another $100 million. And we're not just talking interest either. We're talking about operationally profitable. What's it worth? It's not worth $13. And it sure as hell isn't worth 21. You know how I know that? Because the premium, listen to yourself, the premium everyone else paid. Everyone else, and I'm not just talking bondholders. Right away, you're going to go into this whole, diatribe where you're going to go, oh, arbitrage, just bond arb. That's all they're doing. No, Tony. GameStop offered 140 million shares, and people bought them at $28 a piece. Institutional investors at $28 a piece. So what do you think about 21 and 22? I'm getting a discount compared to the rest of the world who bought a quarter of this company? You've got to stop lying to yourself.
Do you want to add to that?
Yeah, I've never been a big fan of the whole GameStop is debt-free thing. That just means that they're not levering their business up for potential.
Well, they're not debt-free anymore. They got over $4 billion
right
in debt.
when that story was.
People want to
some
say,
people
but
are trying to even sell it right now, even though they've got those convertible
it's
notes.
convertible, so you can't count it as debt. Again, you're letting people lie to you.
No one's lied. It is debt. It's sitting right there. It's a net position. It's zero. We get it. They gave us money. What do we call it? Free. Why? Because GameStop's getting cash for 0%. How is that not bullish? How is someone willing to give you, listen to me about institutional investors. I don't know if you know the world of private equity and venture capitalism right now, because I know you just study trades and markets. Are you studying the other side of it? The actual people with the cash on the sidelines? They're looking for investments. And in this case for GameStop, they did a private offer. That means they already had it lined up, Tony. They already had it wasn't like they went with a blank check and said, okay, who can we sell it to? No, they already knew what to offer, how much to offer, when to offer, and go. Do you know what it is, Tony, that you guys don't, you guys fail to see the bigger picture of GameStop, and it doesn't, I don't care, because I get enough of it, right? Tony, think about it. I got over 1,000 shares. I'm doing fine. The rest of the crew here, everyone part of Team 51, we're buying share a day. Everyone's killing it, right? How long can we buy this for? Forever? Just keep buying it and buying it and buying it? You know why? Because Ryan Cohen did something that's so blatantly obvious to me, and maybe it's not to you. He sandbagged his own number. GameStop could have showed profits. They could have cut off all the fat and just shown all the profits in a quarter, in 2 quarters. That could have been 2022, 2023. They could have did it. They pay off all. They had $1 billion cash, pay off all the debt, clear the deck, clean the book, do it all. They could have. Do you know what they did? They took their time. Ryan bought $20 million worth of more shares. Yeah, got his money up. Everybody else got their money up. Everyone's buying more shares. Everyone's getting this value at $20. This value at 15, at 13, at 10. Everybody's in. Even you're in at 21, allegedly. For how much, no one will ever know. You'll sell at a 30% premium, won't you? Damn, you think it's worth 13. Could you imagine it gets to 26? That's 100% higher than what you think it's worth. How about when it gets back to 29 for what everybody bought it for? Everybody, not just the bondholders. The shareholders too. Oh, wait. We've got years before it gets to the $38 premium, right? Because there's a 30% premium on top of the rate that they sold them on. So 3 years from now, are they going to, they're not going to convert their shares, guys. They're not going to make, okay, then don't convert. What does that matter to me? What do I care? You're not looking at the bigger picture for investors. You see, there's 590 potential shares out there in this world. 590 million. When you take 590 million, you can round it to 600 million. That's fine. Just go ahead and take the number, 600 million. Hey, at $38, where does that put you? At $40 a share, where does that put you? That puts you eligible for the S&P 500. And then GameStop will have 4 years of profitability, 4 years of making $1 billion a year. That's where they're headed, Tony. Because when we're talking about what Ryan did, Ryan took the walk approach because he knew where he was going to be. He allowed everyone to come in. There's friends out there with billions of dollars ready to come in. It's a billionaires boys club. And we're here. And we're on the wave. We're riding it, right? Okay, here's my thing, Tony. Believe it or not, GameStop is selling their shares. Think about this, okay? $30 a piece. 100 million shares, $30 a piece. They sold 1.5 million. They raised $4 billion. Where did they get the $30 a piece? Because they can dilute this float up to 1 billion shares. That's what they have available to them. I anticipate them doing another offering, raising more cash, and at what valuation? Yeah, $30 a share on 1 billion shares. That means your company's worth $30 billion. Let's just say you make $1 billion a year in revenue, in income, net income. I know I say revenue because I'm in the world of advertising. It's so different. But when you say net income, you go over there and you take $1 billion. What's your PE ratio now? Is it 13? I didn't think so. You're grossly miscalculating what GameStop's worth. And it's not speculation. It's not potential. It's none of that. It's just time. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. You're out here. You know what makes me sick about it all? I watch your interviews, and you come out here and you talk about the movie industry and how it's going to be glorious, right? We've got Superman. We've got DC Comics. We've got Star Wars. We've got Avenger movies. The industry is going to go amazing. It's going to be amazing, right? You're invested in Dolby and Cinemark. 2 good companies, by the way. I give you that. You know what's crazy? You keep talking about what they're going to do in the future. I mean, what the hell do you think is happening when a billionaire is working for free and they've got $9 billion cash and they got Grand Theft Auto 6 coming out? You got the handheld by Xbox coming out. You've got already Switch 2 that they can't keep in stock. What the hell do you think is happening? I give you more. You got Pokemon cards every Saturday. It's right now, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, Pacific Standard Time. I'm about to go to sleep, close my eyes, wake up, go stand outside of GameStop and buy more Pokemon cards. Tony, you're so wrong about this investment and how you get the value for it. I'm going to let you guys keep talking. We're going to figure out what you had to say. I didn't watch everything. I just watched this part. Got me triggered. I said, man, I got to go in there and explain this. You're completely wrong. Respectfully, sir. I'd love to have a conversation with you about it, but you never will. Never. Let's go back at it. Remember, you are who you surround yourself with. This is who you surround yourself with.
People that have never taken a finance class.
These guys.
It is debt.
Yeah. I mean,
You can look on GameStop's balance sheet.
Basic accounting principles. Oh, you got this cash, but where did it come from? Oh, it came from debt on the balance sheet that you issued. It doesn't.
Hey, by the way, basic accounting principles. I don't know if you know the newest one, where you get to show your profits, your unrealized gains on cryptocurrency. That would be Bitcoin. GameStop as a company holds a significant position, $500 million of Bitcoin, which Bitcoin's at an all-time high of 117,000, 118,000 right now. When they bought Bitcoin, reportedly, it was anywhere from 93,000 to 112,000. I'll ballpark it and I'll split it with you. I'll say 95. Fine. That means they're up $20,000 a coin, and they almost have 5,000 of them, almost $100 million of profit they get to show on the balance sheet. What are you going to do? Income statement, balance sheet, wherever it shows up, I don't know yet. We've been having this debate. That's another 100 million on top of the operational profit. Yeah, are you seeing it yet? Are you seeing the $400 million after 2 quarters? Because that's where we're at. And then you're going to see it and you're going to go, hold on, trailing 12, they're 400 million. They still got quarter 3 with increases and quarter 4. And then if you take into consideration $9 billion quarterly interest, 4%, right? Oh, well, 4% doesn't matter. It's another 100 million. It's another 100 million every quarter. You're talking about $500 million on interest. You're talking about another 100,000 in Bitcoin. You're talking about another 400,000 in ops. $1 billion, and we're as small as can be right now. We've had nowhere to go but up. That's the company. And all you got to do is wait for it, Tony. We don't got to worry about movies and if people like them. We don't have to worry about Siskel and Ebert. None of that. You got Marantz. Marantz is doing great math over here. Let's see what else you got to say.
doesn't matter that it's convertible.
No.
In fact, that's even worse. That means
The amount of people who just listen to these lies and then repeat them like they know what they're talking about is shocking to me. And I'm going to keep slapping you guys in the face, not with the dildo, PP. I'm going to slap you in the face with reality to help you learn the basics of finance and what these analysts are looking at.
Please grow up. You don't need to use that type of language. We're having an adult conversation here. Thank you. Keep it respectful, Tony.
And what the professionals, because, hey, guys, guess what? You got big institutions with $4 billion invested in GameStop now. And if you don't understand how they're looking at this trade, you're going to make some mistakes.
It's a trade for somebody like you, an investment for most, right? $4 billion by big institutions. You don't get to just say that because you don't know that. You don't know because it was a private offering. It was not a public offering. It was a private offering for convertible notes. So we don't know who's invested. So please, you're being speculative when you say it that way. Tony, respectfully.
They're in charge now, not you.
Okay, we were never in charge. Okay, and you're saying that the institute. I want people to hear that part. What did you say? You said the institutions are in charge. Okay, let's hear it.
The professionals, because, hey, guys, guess what? You got big institutions with $4 billion invested in GameStop now. And if you don't understand how they're looking at this trade, you're going to make some mistakes. They're in charge now, not you. Mike, what do you think?
Mike, what do you think? We don't really care what Mike thinks, honestly. He's going to keep vaping. But hey, what do you mean they're in charge? We're literally at a discount, if that's the case. They paid $29 a share for the stock. Converts all the way up to $38.80. And we're at 23 tonight. Who's winning? You think we're losing? Tony, maybe you don't know our mentality. Our mentality is to buy more. The lower it goes, the better. The lower it goes, I buy more. It's not a trade, it's an investment. You mean I can buy more? Bring it down to 21. It's a clown show, right, Tony? Are you going to buy more? I mean, what are you going to do as it runs? You're just not going to run with it? You certainly don't have enough in it. I promise you that. But it coming down, that's not a bad thing. Not for us real ones. We've been in this way too long, Tony. Your misdirection is not going to confuse anybody. Hey, but hold on. Mike, what do you think?
I just don't understand the GME trade. If I wanted to buy a money market fund or if I wanted to buy Bitcoin, I just do it outside of GME.
GME isn't the only one. There's a lot
until there's some sort of news on what they're going to do with the business wise to create value.
The thing is,
yeah, and
here,
see, this is the part where the misinformation and the uneducated are sitting at the table, and they all like each other's answer. Until they tell you what they're going to do business wise, or until they show, what they're going to do. Like, do you not understand what I just told you, Mike? Their gross profit margin used to be 16%. They're now 34%. They're selling PSA graded cards. They're selling collectibles. Their collectibles have overtaken their software. They sell more collectibles than video games. This is the direction of the company. They've already told you. They partnered up with PSA. They announced it. They branded it. What more could they do other than to give Wall Street their game plan? Which they refuse to do, by the way. Man, I'm fine with it. But the fact that you say, I don't know what they're doing. I don't get it. You don't want to buy a rookie card of anyone. Nope, I'll buy that rookie card after they get into the Hall of Fame type style. You want to see it all play out before you invest. That's fine. That's fine. You say one way when you talk about GameStop, but you're doing the complete opposite with AMC. That's how I know you're ignorant. You're buying AMC. That's wild to me. But hey, we won't even get into the private equity angle. We'll just leave it right here on fundamentals. Keep going, though, Mike.
I have nothing against it. I think what he's done, he's raised money extremely smartly. He's got these 0% loans. He's been able to build the capital to do something transformative, but I don't know what that is yet.
The thing is, Mike, I think if you're not willing to put a little bit of money on the line, yes, there is risk, right? This is a speculative stock at $23. But the reason that I went in after the most recent rundown in price, I went in at 21.61, is the day that they announce that transformative announcement, it's going to be too late to get in cheap. The question is, what is cheap?
100%.
Right.
Because
Thanks, Tony. Thanks. So what I'm trying to figure out, Tony, you're saying in one sentence just 2 minutes ago that $13 is right where it's at, and now you're saying, well, you just don't know what it's going to be when it takes off. We're not going to know what's cheap is. Oh, it could be anything. We can't catch it. What is it, Tony? Is it not worth anything, or is it worth something? This is talking out of both sides of your mouth. You should be a politician in your nearest city.
It's a bet on Ryan Cohen, basically.
the question, yes, it is a bet on Ryan Cohen. The question is, what is cheap? Because if the market were to correct or GameStop were to have any bad news, 23 is not going to hold. 20 is not going to hold.
So how does that change the underlying value of the company? If 20 doesn't hold, we've already established that they're over $20 cash per share. Net cash is $10.45. So let me ask you, Tony, if the price keeps coming down, when are you buying in again? How is this a bad thing? Like, I think the way we look at investments are totally different. The fact that the price comes down is like inviting. It's the best thing ever. It's like, dude, I could buy that for that price? That's like saying I only want to buy houses when they're expensive. Hey, man, I know the value of that house. I know it's $1 million house. I'm only going to buy it when it gets valuated for $1 million. Unless this damn inspector comes through and they tell you that it's $1 million house, I'm not buying it, bro. No, they said it's a $200,000 house. Dude, I'll never buy it. It's only $200,000? Never. I mean, this is how stupid you sound. I'd rather buy the bones. I'd rather buy the property. I'd rather own the land because I know exactly what it can be, the potential, right? That's what you're going with. I'm telling you, there's a mansion on fire right now. I'm selling you insurance, and I'm telling you, come get it. It's GameStop. Holy hell, it's amazing. You get to buy it all for cheap. $22, $23. What's the difference from $23 today than you pay $21? $21.60. You keep bragging about it like you got in so great. How, Tony? You've been here for 4.5 years. You got in at $21.60, right? I got everybody's been buying it at $10, $13, $15 for like the last 3 years, myself included. My cost average after 5 years, right? 4.5 years, $24 and some change. Hold on. You're so much better than the next investor, Tony. You really are. That if someone's buying it at 22, they're overpaying for it because you bought at 21. You know what? They're not you. They're not, because you'll sell before anyone else, and maybe we'll keep buying when it gets lower. What would you do? Are you afraid to lose the money you put in? Or maybe you don't believe in the investment? Thanks for inviting me to this roundtable.
And it's a much lower risk investment.
Absolutely. It is lower risk than AMC. GameStop has solvency. They have liquidity. That's what $9 billion of cash buys you. Solvency and liquidity. Why is the stock stuck?
And business-wise, they're about break even. So
the stock is stuck because of profitability. And this is what the GameStop YouTubers do not want to talk about. It's like the third fucking rail, Corex. Have you noticed? Yeah. We'll talk about book value.
Hold on. Oh, I'm going to let you keep going. Hold on.
We'll talk about the balance sheet, but oh, Lord, don't bring up ROIC, ROE, ROA. Don't bring up earnings per share compared to my peers.
0%.
Don't bring it up. I'm right here front and center with you. You want to talk about profitability? We used to lose $300 to $500 million a year, Tony. We're now making 300 to 500. That's $1 billion swing in 3 years. It's a case study. But to have a swing profit of $500 million, we should be talking then, right? Swing profit on free cash flow is $302 million this quarter. Like, we should be talking. If you don't think that GameStop is changing the way we do business, then you don't understand the investment. There's so much transparency with omni-channel marketing and sales with GameStop that they're using technology to put them above the rest, whether it be the app or in person, you name it, it's flawless, it's seamless. I can walk in there, they can scan a card, send it to PSA, and everything's fluid. I got an email, it's graded, it comes back. That's not free. Those services and what they provide to you cost money to train. There's programs that are involved. Go look at what they're doing with that whole idea of scanning cards and finding value and then buying them as well. It mimics the model of games in the past, but it also enhances what the company affords you. We've expanded our catalog. There's so many things that GameStop has done correctly. Getting rid of apparel on mass scale was amazing because you get lost in size and color, right? The hours of operation, the amount that we actually spend on all the benefits, period. Like, we've revamped the way the culture of this company is viewed. And I love it. Closing off all these stores, everybody wants to get wrapped in top line revenue. Tony, wouldn't you agree top line revenue is down? But what's up? Gross profit. Last I checked, profit is what you want. You said profitability. We only want to talk about book value, balance sheet, free cash flow. Two things to run a company. And then let's go ahead and talk about profitability to keep it rolling. Well, guess what we've done? We've increased profitability double, 2x. We were 20%. We're almost 40% on gross profit. Literally inching our way all the way there. Finding it in services, finding it in memberships. But we've revamped all of that. We charge more for a membership, but we give you more value back to get it. That creates that sense of, you know what? I'm going to shop again. I'm going to go back every month. We're building that forever investor, forever shopper. It's called layered growth. And when you understand it and you get it right, layered growth for continued shopper. On the 5th year, they shop just as much as they did the first year. So many things go into this analytically. But you guys don't understand retail. Tony, do me a favor, man. The 6 rights of merchandising, okay? The 6 rights of merchandising, this comes from Saul Price at Price Club. And it's the right product to the right person at the right time in the right condition, right quantity. And this is where we're at. You're looking at it all and you say, well, what's the 6th right? It just might be you, Tony. It might be you. You might find a way to find the right investment for you. But the right condition is everything. It's called execution in retail. List it all again and hear it again. In the right condition. You say, you know what? This is exactly what I need. I need this product at this time for this person. And guess what? They're training their customers. Saturdays, Pokemon days. Everybody goes on a Saturday. They're in line. The line's wrapped around the building. Guess what you do for your product now? Logistically, you get to arm it up in these 2-week periods, these release dates. You get to wrap it around and say, you know, okay, here's when I can afford to get this product. Here's where you have accounts payable versus accounts receivable. You get to dictate all of this. This is why quarter two started with May the 4th be with you. And they actually put in the Canadian operation and sales in this quarter. They actually put in the French operations and sales. So you're going to see a massive number like you've never seen in your life. In combination with Bitcoin. It's going to be crazy. And here you are talking about $13, and here you are talking about people don't understand the investment. You don't know the investment. None of you, the 3 of you guys don't get to talk about GameStop. You don't know it. You're too busy going to movies and not studying enough of what's really happening at this company. They're completely transparent. They're doing everything right, and they're telling you what they're doing. You want to know the symbolization of what it is? They're selling a stapler right now. It's at $250,000. And it's for all the right reasons. That's why you're wrong.
That interest is irrelevant. If they don't get a return on their BTC, then
that David Defeated Goliath is bringing up, this 4% APY on the cash. Well, you can just buy a money market fund or a GIC.
Yeah, that 4% is meaningless. Nobody cares about 4% because you can invest $1 billion in treasuries and get the same 4% without any risk.
Let me ask you, Tony. You guys are so brilliant on these 2 years and 10-year yields. Where do you get $1 billion? I want you as a person to tell me where you got $1 billion. You got to have investors. Is that fair? How does GameStop get $9 billion? It just happens? Have you seen these offerings that are out there that don't get filled? Your own company that you love, AMC, you, Mike, down here, AMC. AMC offered shares, didn't get filled. Twice now. They can't even complete an ATM at the market. They can't because you don't have the investors. GameStop completes it in one day. Private investors, too, on the bonds themselves. Like you guys, 4% is nothing. It's about to be something. You know what's crazy? That is some I learned about investing. Some of you guys should want to learn. It's never about the amount of money that you actually make, profitability, like you're saying, right? Because you can raise more cash instantly by going to public markets. The rare ability for a company to go get money from the public is extremely rare. Oh, it's run of the mill. It happens all the time. There's 6,000 companies that are trading publicly, and they can go just get money from the public. $9 billion is nothing. Really? There's millions of companies in this world. They can't go do it. The handful that can, and they get to trade and get that multiple, awesome. But what profit are you putting on it? What number are you putting on it? They're giving $4 billion at a 0% interest. You don't think that the name carries any weight? You think it's just, hey, we're going to give you $4 billion because we want this bond arbitrage. It was a private investment. It wasn't a public one. They're paying a premium, Tony. Believe it. Let's keep talking about it, though.
Adds
It's
no
called the risk-free
valuation.
rate for a reason.
It does not add to the
Or you
value
could buy
for
Bitcoin.
GameStop. It does help them with.
Or you can buy Bitcoin
It
yourself.
helps them with liquidity.
Yeah.
Yes, it's good, but they're not going to get a
The bet
premium.
on GameStop.
No one's going to give you a
bet on
premium for
GameStop, I agree.
4%. Sorry, go ahead.
What do you mean no one's going to give you a premium for 4%? GameStop just did an offering. And think about it. The VWAP and the conversion was from 22 and 21, and it converted to $29 a share. We're at 23 right now. What's the premium? The 30% already? You're literally getting a discount when you buy shares today. Who cares who shorts, who knocks it down? I don't care about options. I don't care about the ebb and flow of the market, where the stock goes up to or where it comes down to. I'm not a trader, bro. I'm an investor. You're telling me I can get shares at 23 and everyone else is paying 29. Those institutional investors. That's the premium. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah. The bet on GameStop, I agree, is 100%. It's a bet on Ryan Cohen and
Oh, God,
doing
here we
something transformative with the existing business. Because the brick and mortar gaming business is probably not going anywhere, and it's just going to continue to shrink. So,
Not unless they do
he's not a
something
dumb
different.
guy, and if you believe in him, then he's got $9 billion at hand. What's he going to do with it? And that's the bet. And you're probably right. Like now,
They make $1 billion a year, $500 to $1 billion a year. Within the next 2 years, that's going to be their profit, okay? And they don't have to do anything. Nothing at all. You're telling me that the company that's worth $10 billion today, and they make $1 billion a year, is going to be worth $10 billion the next day? Oh, it should be $30 billion, right? Makes $1 billion. It should be at least a 30 PE. Palantir trades at 650 PE. Get out of here, guys. I mean, what world do you live in? You're not allowed to tell me that it's X, Y, and Z company, right? Like it's an auto company or a retail company that's been around for 40 years. GameStop's been this way for 2 years. They've been a profitable company for 2 years. True transition, true pivot, true cleansing of the soul. Ryan Cohen's been the CEO since September of 2023, not even 2 years. And you're over here trying to gauge and value and what it is. You don't know how to value a turnaround. The discount, well, we've been buying it forever. And that's because Ryan wanted it that way. He wanted to sandbag the number to allow everyone to get in. Do you know how crazy this is going to be? By 2033, you're going to have the equivalent for this company to be what, $3,000 a share, $120 million? I mean, the thing's going to be crazy. It's going to be $3,000 a share. I said it. Look at how outrageous I sound, right? Look at you guys. You three right there are all going to be like, look at what Marantz just say, man. Oh, he's punch drunk. It's the middle of the night. He said GameStop shares are going to be 3,000 by 2033. I did.
The time to get in.
I believe in him, and a lot of the risk has been wrung out of the trade. They've got rid of all, the vast majority of the non-U.S. locations that were losing the company money. I expect that the quarters going forward here should be better. And now we just sit back and wait and hope that our timing was good on our entry. Wait for how long? I don't know how long.
Tony, you get to brag about 2161 or whatever the hell you're talking about when we're down here at 30 and 40, okay? When it's at $200 a share, nobody's going to give a shit about your 21 versus somebody's 23. No one's going to care, Tony. So toot your own horn here. We're just going to sit here and wait. Hopefully we got a good entry. Bro, get out of here. Everyone got a good entry. Every price is great under 30. Remember that, because everyone else is paying a premium. Do you mean tomorrow I get to go ahead and buy more? Oh, it's closed tomorrow. Shit. What am I going to do? Oh, I'll just wait for Monday. Hey, Tony, I'm not even in bed yet, man. Hey, you are. You are. Did you drink your warm tea? Did you do that?
Because they don't communicate. That's the problem. And they're being penalized for that too, and not communicating.
Yeah.
That's ignorance. To say they're being penalized for not communicating, it's not that. They're not being penalized for not communicating, Tony. That would be like, 30 analysts come out and they say, this company doesn't tell us what they're going to do. That's not communicating, by the way. 30, 20 analysts cover the stock, and we're going to have this conversation. And you know what? They're not communicating. Ryan's refusing interviews. GameStop's not telling us their plan. GameStop does an annual shareholders meeting. GameStop announces what they're going to do in their partnerships, how they're doing it. They literally, word for word, say, here's what we're doing. We're going to commit to more collectible sales. We're going to go ahead and shut down operations in Canada. We're going to go ahead and sell that portion off. We're going to shut down the majority of our European business. They don't say it out loud. They write it down. But you got to read, brother. You got to read. That's the hard part. Now, here's the other part, Tony. That would be not communicating if you had 30 analysts. Nobody covers GameStop. That's the bigger crime. The rating agencies and the stock analysts, the first 4 words of analyst, I want you to spell it out loud. Anyway, tell me something, Tony. Tell me why no one covers GameStop. Is it because it's a poor investment? Is it because, they don't make money, or it's a meme stock? I mean, isn't it just the fact that you're not allowed to talk about it? Have you ever really thought about why people buy it? It's the unsung hero. It's the people's champ. It's the only company, think about this, it's the only company in the world, yeah, I said it, in the world, that pays zero compensation to their CEO, CFO, and their board of directors. Nobody. Not shares and not dollars. It just so happens they also don't get covered by Wall Street. That's a problem, isn't it? Could you imagine if someone was going to co-sign with the videos that I make and the information I give? Somebody just co-signs and says, yeah, Marantz, the sum of all parts does equal $40 a share, does equal entry into the S&P 500. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Because you got to give value for free cash flow, Tony. No? Got to give value for free cash flow. You got to give value for earnings. And then you got to give value for assets and book. All combined is what? Hey, I'm going to go on the low end of the spectrum. Oh, $50 a share. You're embarrassing, dude. $13 and their book is $11. What's their earnings worth? They're at $200 million a year right now, trailing 12. We're not even counting the best quarters coming up. We're talking about we took losses last year. Here you go. 2 quarters coming. What are you going to do? $9 billion generates how much cash? $100 million a quarter. On interest. We can't give a premium on 4%. $100 million, dude. $400 a year. What's that? That's profit. Net profit. Operationally, another $200 million coming into play. So now we're at $600 million. Bitcoin, there's another $100 million. I'm asking you, what's the company worth, bro? I'm being real with you, Tone. You're telling me it's worth $11, $13, and I'm telling you I got free cash flow that I'm not even talking about. Free cash flow multiples, 26%, 10%, 12%. You're getting a discount. Everybody gets to trade 40 times their free cash flow. No? You don't think so? You don't think they get to trade 10x book, 5x book? I've been here. You tell me the retail company or a company that you're invested with that is an 8.5, 8.6 on current ratio. And you have some great investments. Dolby and Cinemark, you said? Two great investments, dude. I think Dolby's going to have a breakout. Would I buy it? Never. I don't get to buy companies if I don't know the board of directors, if I don't know the direction of the company. I know who's managing my money. It's my Lord and Savior.
Mike, I got a question for you. Muner has a question. Oh wait, no, Muner, we'll get to you in a second. I thought it was an AMC question. We'll come back to Muner and the wheel, but yes, the wheel is definitely a good way to make money.
I also have an answer for that when we get to it.
Conquer. By the way, if you guys want to join in and come on video and ask a question, let me know in the comments and I'll send you a link. You got to act like an adult. No cursing, no doxing, none of that bullshit. You got to show your face. But we're happy. This is open mic tonight.
I mean, I have a problem. Act like an adult, show your face. I mean, you don't even go by your real name. Tony De Niro is not his real name. Noisy Corrects, we know his real name and his identity. We don't care. My point is, nobody's going by that. My name's Marantz Rico. Hi. Yep, everybody knows what's going on here. Fully transparent. You guys are not. None of you. Tell me, you want people on the show. What's the point of having Mike on this show? Somebody's got to remind me. I don't think do you keep talking about GameStop? We got to get to it because, I mean, if you keep talking, I'll get in there. Hold on.
So if you want to come in and say your piece, if you want to say your piece with a question, you're welcome to come on. I'm not going to let people, talk for 10 minutes about how much they love Adam Aaron and all that now. The settlement was going to, but that is what it is. I can't do anything about that.
As it stands right now, for me, it's a long-term trade. That's a bet on the recovery of the box office. So short term, I don't care. The biggest thing for me is I'm willing to average it into AMC, and we've had some discussions about this just on Twitter.
This doesn't make any sense. To have this guy on here to talk about AMC makes zero sense to me. When there's a company called Cinemark that has the same box office, it doesn't need a recovery. Cinemark is trading, they make a profit, they pay a dividend. Cinemark is a good company. It's run the right way. It's not built up off of retained earnings of $8 billion lost. Cinemark is not run by private equity like AMC is via JP Morgan and Apollo Global Management Insiders. Like, this is the total opposite of what you want to do when it comes to investing. These guys know absolutely not. I don't even know why they give this play any type of time at all to talk. This is ridiculous. Tony, you have the right look for the rest of the night. I'm good, man. I've been here for an hour. I got to go to bed. I got things to do, bro. Hey, thanks for inviting me to your chat channel, your TED Talk. You're completely wrong about GameStop. Man, I think I prove that every day, but if you don't understand that we don't care where the stock goes, where the price goes, you're never going to be able to confuse me, okay? GameStop is a forever investment. It's going to go up and to the right. Remember, you made the song. And, yeah, we're at a discount right now, so I'll be glad to buy it at 23. Oh, by the way, I do buy it every day. And you, sir, keep sitting right where you're at. You only buy in once? Is that what you do? You don't average on anything because you don't believe in anything. That's the difference between you and I. Hey, Tony, I'll say it to you one time real fast, okay? Welcome back to Rantz. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. I'm still here, millionaires. I'll see you around. Peace.